Follow.
Maybe let's look at the top board for this game. Let's follow the players in the lead here. We'll for sure have a look or keep an eye on the Hikaru game as well. But yeah, this is once again a pretty solid opening. This is called the Ragozin, I believe. Trying to play quite active here in the defense here for Lazavik. He's bringing out first of all, his pawns in the center very quickly, and then he strikes with the bishop and the knight, and now we have equal material. White has the bishop here, once again, as we often see in these types of Queen's Gambit, NIMZO-INDIAN openings, but Black's point here is that the knights are quite good. Now he might move it into the center here, attack the queen. He could also bring the other knight, although that would maybe drop this pawn. He could also just defend the knight, try to get the bishop out. So what we often see here is that White struggles a little bit with the development. You need to get this bishop out here now, which is going to take some time. You need one move and then another move, and then you need to castle. So if Black can strike in the center before you're able to do that, it's a little bit uncomfortable. And a typical idea here would be to, actually now Artemiev plays very solidly, tries to trade the queens so that his queen doesn't end up in danger. But still, Black is very active here. We can see Lazavik now eyeing this square with the knight. And he's giving Artemiev a bit of a headache here with these knights. But nevertheless, quite solid for Artemiev still in this position.
All right. Lazavik at only 19 years old. He is so good in online blitz. It's incredible, the skills that he has in this format.
Yeah, he's really good. We've seen it every Tuesday that he beats all the best players, and even when he's extremely low on time, he somehow just turns it around and wins. We saw that against Arian, for example, in their game. So extremely fast and strong. That's a good combination in this format.
Yeah. He won Game Week 10 in the autumn split. He has won Title Tuesday 13 times. And again, he's only 19 years old. Denis Lazavik here with the black pieces. He is in shared lead, 3 players on 6.5 points heading into this round 8. Artemiev is, of course, capable of beating Denis Lazavik here with the white pieces. This is the top board, the top battle right now, but chasing half a point behind is Hikaru Nakamura, and he is right now playing his American teammate, Sam Sevian. It's balanced so far in that game.
Yeah, things are also happening in this game. It looks like it's going towards a quick draw. They just traded both pairs of rooks, which would have been the chance to play for a win. You keep the rooks on, you try to play for something in the long run. You can, of course, still try something here, but I would say this very quick trade of rooks would be a sign that they're both happy with the draw. And Lazavik now is considering how he's going to continue. I expect him to maybe go here to try to trade this knight if his strategy is to get a quick draw here. Other moves could be attacking the knight with the king, but really he doesn't have to do that much in this position. It's hard for either player to create that much here. Artemiev has a little bit more space, slightly more active knight, but that's not going to last for long because you either have to trade it here or move away, and then you're not going to be very active anymore. He does move away. I would say that's maybe a sign that he's playing for a win, at least to a slight degree. If he wanted a draw, he could have just taken the knight. But it's unlikely that we'll see something other than a draw here. Maybe he will try to bring his king towards the center, but I think it's going to be stopped because Lazavik could always move up his pawn and take more control of the center and just be very, very solid here. Yeah, there aren't that many ideas for any of them, but maybe he can try to go here just to try to get some more space with the pawns. In an endgame, it's usually always a good idea to start advancing the pawns since they can become queens. That's what he does. Gets a bit more control of this square. So maybe now he wants to bring his king up, and at some point the knight can come back to this square. Now, unless Lazavik or Artemiev wants Lazavik to be able to go here, he has to go there himself. He does do that. I mean, the pawn can potentially become weak, but I don't think it's realistically ever a thing. Now I think you take with the knight, because if you take with the pawn, you have to be worried about the knight getting kicked. Yeah, this type of position is very slightly better for Artemiev, just because you have, first of all, slightly more active king. The kings are actually good attacking pieces in the endgame. You should never use them to attack before the endgame, but in the endgame you have to get your king active. Yeah, also Lazavik's pawn here is on the same color as his bishop, which is not what you want. You want them on opposite colors, like Artemiev is doing here, very instructive, because if they are on opposite colors, you don't block your own bishop, and you control more squares in total. Like if you have all your pawns on light squares, you have very weak control of the dark squares. But I don't think anything is going to happen here, because Artemiev can't really break through. Lazavik is just going to go back and forth with his bishop, and I think Artemiev should just take the draw here and get it over with before he starts getting into time trouble, because that would... yeah.
That would be uncomfortable. It is a draw. It's a repetition, and 2 of the 3 players on top of the leaderboard heading into round 8 agree on a draw, taking them both to 7 points and opening the door for players like Hikaru Nakamura. Half a point behind heading into